All right, and we're back. Round 4. This is the final round of Swiss for tonight. We have two and two decks playing here. Scotty Wright on the left, who's played before, and Drew Scherr on the right, who's playing Bant pods. Most importantly, Scotty has won the proverbial roll. Paper Tiger for the win.
Oh, we should keep a running total of which card wins.
Well, that's the first we've seen it 4 times. Or we've had it on camera 4 times, and that's the first one I actually saw the results of. Because one time my computer crashed, the other time I wasn't paying attention, and the third time I think they just went too fast.
So starting with that one, we'll keep track. We'll find out which one's the best.
All right, or I'll go back on that. I can go back and watch it. So that's a new project for me.
We'll find out which one of those cards is tier 1.
Paper Tiger so far. It's crushing.
It's a very Paper Tiger heavy meta game right now.
Yes, it is. But so Scotty is playing a Naya deck. I just say Naya because I don't want to have to decide if it's a pod deck or if it's an aggro deck. It's like halfway in between.
So just put deck.
Just
Scotty Wright playing a deck.
It's like the keyboard.
I don't remember what he was. The last time he was on there, the very first time we recorded this, I talked about his love-hate relationship with Birthing Pod, which is that he has them in the deck. It's just a matter of how many.
I think last time I talked to him, he was running 2.
Mm-hmm. And just for reference, since this is the draw into the top 8 rounds, we've got Brett Rose.
Hi.
Michael Taylor's still here. I'm Zachary Evans. Sam Hanna's here, and also Joe Lewis.
What's up? Yo.
And J.B. Roberts, but I didn't know if you wanted to be indicated. I didn't know if you wanted to admit that you were in here slumming it with the rest of us. But anyway, back to the coverage of the match. Scotty started off with turn 1 Accelerant, turn 2 Cantrip Dude. I will tell you this right now, gentlemen. Drew Scherr's deck has an Elder Scale Worm in it, so get ready for that. And here's when I say Elder Scale Worm, of course we all giggle because it's kind of like, what's the appropriate name? Is that a Timmy card? Is that the casual?
That's a Timmy card.
When it's in play, it's very hard to beat.
It is.
Especially for these Naya decks that don't play any removal. And the removal that they do play is like 1 Fiend Hunter and a Bonfire that it's never going to kill an Elder Scale Worm.
Now, the only story I have about Elder Scale Worm is I pulled one in the M13 pre-release tournament for my sealed. I put him in my deck. I got him out, and he got immediately publicly executed. And I was so sad.
Thematically, I don't know if a public execution for... I don't know if you can publicly execute an Elder Scale Worm. Blade Splicer.
I've seen this matchup before. This gets some interesting board states between these two sometimes.
Well, Drew, I'm assuming Drew is playing with images or like metamorph effects, and Scotty has bonfires, which I guess is the main difference. Scotty, I guess, has access to conscripts when he goes up the chain. I know Drew has Elshnorn in this deck.
I know Drew had, last I knew he had a very interesting card, the Spirit Lifelink that draws cards.
Drogskull Reaver? We were talking about that earlier and whether or not that would be any good as a finisher in another metagame. So that seems pretty good. There's the one of offering the trade. Drew declines.
I think in the upcoming format, if I was to pick a big white and blue finisher, I would probably go for that new guy that arrests 2 guys every time he attacks.
You know what card is very good that was kind of a hot speculation buy early that everybody might include me into is the Angel that exiles 3 cards and then when she dies you return to your hand.
Yeah.
That card is very good. You should put that. You should be on the lookout for that card in your Frights deck.
That is on the list of
because it rebuys everything. Like if you exile your own graveyard, you can just rebuy all your mana guys or whatever. That card's pretty good.
How much is Fright's liking the Earthworm or whatever?
The world scale.
Earthworm Jim?
Well,
yeah, Earthworm Jim.
The problem with that worm, that's a fine card and everything, right? That's huge. Seems like it'd be a great target for Brights to have. But the problem with it is it likes to, shuffle itself back into the library when it doesn't get a great card.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it's got the Blightsteel Colossus problem.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I ain't either.
You played yourself.
We should read cards, Brett.
Brett, you voted off the island.
Brett Rose just trolled himself.
Zach Vilianco did refer to you, and he's gonna really enjoy having his name mentioned on this, isn't he? Zach Vilianco did mention you. What did he? The coward troll, Brett Rose. Because here's an interesting thing for everyone. I am followed on Twitter by at Zach Vilianco, screen name, as well as the individual Zach Vilianco. But those are two separate people, because Brett Rose's Twitter name is at Zach Vilianco. How good is that? That's the funniest thing ever. To which, and then when I commented on that, that is when Zach coined the phrase, the coward troll Brett Rose. Meanwhile, things are happening on this, I know...
Rangers are swinging.
Well, he blinked his Fiend Hunter.
Slimes are acidic.
He played the Restoration Angel and bounced the Fiend Hunter and then took out the Blade Splicer.
Tree has Pod online right now, it looks like.
No counterspell from the Naya deck. Let's see.
Oh, he's got a wolf token out there.
What?
He's got a wolf token. Scotty does.
Okay. Retroactive. Wolf token.
Wolf token.
What did he just play? What?
Are you all doing that for all tokens or just...
Just wolves.
Oh.
What was it? Anyone? Can you gentlemen clue me in? Does anyone know what that card was he potted for?
I think he potted a
There's the Reaver.
It cost 6.
There's the Reaver.
6 mana.
Does anyone know what it is?
Card.
We can ask at the.
It's Angel of Benediction. Maybe.
I don't know what it is, but he's got the Drogskall Reaver, which is what 3/5 double strike.
Yeah. I don't think
3/6 double
way to deal
strike
with
lifelink.
And you draw a card when you gain life.
Yep.
So that turns on all of your other, like your Thragtusk draws you a card. Your
This is right. That's what I was good.
I've seen Scotty, that the Dragstall is giving him trouble. I've seen him look at that, and the bud on it gives him issues sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know that he really has anything to deal with that.
Well, he has that. He has one Fiend Hunter in the deck, and it's on the table. So the other 3 Restoration Angels are equivalent Fiend Hunters. But it's going to get out of control pretty quick. I mean, he can race it. He can conscripts it and attack for 6.
But
I mean,
it's gonna gain Drew 6 life per swing.
Right.
So
But I mean, but Scotty's deck has enough, like.
He can chump block, so he only gains
Gains
3
Yeah.
and draws 1.
But I mean, like Scotty's deck is not like a hardcore aggro deck where once you gain 6 life. I mean, every deck I ever play, like once they gain 6 life off like a Worm Coil, the game is just over. But
Yeah.
he did it again. What is that thing?
Angel.
No one is watching this on the Twitch feed, but
That is Angel of Jubilee. Looks like Angel of Golden Knight for the 6 mana for Golden Knight Redeemer. I think is what it is. When there's the battlefield, you gain life equal to the number of other creatures you control. That's what that looks like.
Hold on. Just making sure that the stream is working. There it is! How did we miss it? Since you all can't see, I had to change to make sure the stream was working, and when it came back, that's Elderskale Worm, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That is.
He just hardcast it too, right?
No, he potted the what that.
Oh, he hardcast that 6 thing. What does it do? Angel Jubilation?
When it enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to the number of other creatures you control. I'm
don't
pretty
like
sure
that.
that's the one that is.
It can't be better than like Sun Titan,
Well, he
right?
drew a card off of it.
But I think Drew has not been around
What just
standard
happened?
and stuff here for some part. I think he missed the Titan cycle. So
No, but I
some
mean,
stuff.
he cast another Angel. No, it was a Silver Heart. He paired with the Flyer.
Paired it with the Angel Restoration, it looks like.
I'm not entirely sure Drew actually drew a card.
Is that gonna be another
On
another
Drogskall
Reaver?
Reaver.
That angel can hold off a Reaver now.
Followed by, oh, there's the Sun Titan.
Here's the Titan.
Okay, so he does know about Sun Titan.
He may have just had it in his hand when he potted.
Yeah, but I saw 2 of those Angels, and I've only seen 1 Sun Titan. I would think you would want all the Sun Titans.
Yeah.
Scotty has a very aggressive lean.
Yeah. He's encroaching.
He's going to get 5 yards. Offsides is enforceable at the FNM level. The REL level is them. Right, Brett? Right.
I think the camera's a little skewed towards his side, too.
It is. Unfortunately, I didn't get to really dial it in because of the previously mentioned Star Wars people that were playing.
I'm sure the table bump.
Now, to be, but it's still going on. Somebody else there is still bumping it. Now, to be fair, the Star Wars people, to be fair, they did have literally everywhere else in the shop to set up their game prior to our FNM.
Looks like Drew tacked in and his Reaver died to the paired Angel, getting him 6 down and 2 cards. He looks like he's glad they took that trade.
Well, there's a certain point where you're at the top of your curve. Like, if it's not going to win you the game, I guess you just get rid of it, right? Go again. Scotty has a pod now.
Another one of those sitting out there, because he did metamorph it before.
What can Scotty do about this Elder Scale Worm?
He has to go get... I think his only out is he needs to... What I would do is I would pod, getting rid of... I would attack him with the Angel. Then I would pod the Angel out, getting his Zealous Conscripts, untap my pod it out. No, wait, that doesn't work. What am I talking about?
You just steal the worm with your conscripts when you're ready for the win?
I'm trying to get to a 4, is what I'm trying to do.
He can image.
Polaris Borderland. One step towards a few.
Who's Scotty?
Yeah, last time, I think he was playing 2 or 3 images. I could be wrong about that.
He's playing, this is Naya. He used to play Rug, but he's playing Naya now.
I mean Metamorph.
Metamorph? Yeah, he's got at least one Metamorph in there.
And next turn he can get that Borderland Ranger into an Angel.
Yeah, I think the problem is that he can't do any of that this turn. Because he can go from 4 to 6, but this deck can't go from 2. See, if he was playing Rug, he could go from 2 to 4. But...
He passes there. Not much else he can do, really. Drew drawing cards for his turn.
It looked like he didn't last time, but I'm notorious for thinking people haven't drawn their cards. But I think it's because there are more than a few people who don't. Just going to shortcut.
Drawing cards is a good thing to do when you're playing Magic.
It's arguably the best thing you can do.
Even when your library is empty.
Is he potting out at 3?
He potted out the Borderland Ranger that he cast last turn. No, he cast the Borderland Ranger, then potted it out immediately. That was a shortcut. He's casting that from his hand. I think he's just doing all this with his deck in his hand because he's got another pot activation, so the extreme shortcut. Does he have another image? Or a Metamorph? What is the first Metamorph?
Drugstore Reaver.
Huh.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
At some point, isn't there value to having... No. There's not point... Is there a point to having multiple Elder Skill Worms, or they just stack, right?
Yeah, I
like
guess
you have to kill him. Like if Scotty's going to kill him, he's going to kill them both, likely, with some kind of miracle bonfire. So
much fire. Attacks with these Drugstore Reavers. Looks like he's drawn 2 there, and getting another 6 life off of that. This life total is probably somewhere not even close to this right now.
Huh?
It's probably not even close to that.
His life total is exactly 38. Because I can read his phone down here. It's almost as if I have been paying attention to this.
Well, I may have to keep I don't know.
I have learned, there has been increases in production value. Guys, have you even noticed the ticker that is now available? Reminding everyone to follow me on Zach Sells Magic for stream updates and giveaways.
The question is, though, have you actually had anybody stop in and watch it yet?
Yes. Not tonight. Only person that's watching it is Max's wife. But in previous weeks, there have been unaffiliated people watching. Not too much, but there are also unaffiliated people who are watching on YouTube. I think, at least in the third, let's be honest here, I've done a fair amount of Twitter advertisement as best I can. And a buddy of mine is editor at Legit MTG, and I've got some people who have retweeted it for me. But 3 weeks in, it's going to be hard for people to just kind of stumble upon it. Also, as I was talking earlier, remember, we're trying to send out a broadcast to a target audience that is currently playing Magic at their local FNM. So the real value in all this is getting people to watch the archives. And then also, as I was saying earlier, I'm currently trying my best to set it up so that we can stream States and Charcon, which I think would be a ton of fun, and hopefully that works out. I do not know who if that's going to work or not, but... So why did he get the worm? Yeah, because he can't beat the worm. Like, he literally can't win when the worm's on the table, right?
Right.
That's his only out. Like, I don't think
Did he steal the worm? Did he steal the worm and pod the worm out?
No. He did the thing we were talking about where he made an angel, because that's literally the only way he can interact with it. Other than what you say, conscripts and the pot it away.
Well, that's the only way he's going to win. He can't, that life total is way too high for him to
Well, he literally
steal
can't,
once and beat.
He literally can't. He can't. No, but he could steal and sack it out. But that Fiend Hunter is the only way he can interact with it.
I guess if he's able to put together enough mana and have both the cards, he could steal it with the Zealous Conscript and then blink it out with the Angel to take control of it permanently.
Mm-hmm.
Or just pod it whenever he takes
Yeah, that's the
control of it.
Yeah.
But it's only those. It's only those two. It's only those two lines.
But if he could keep it permanently, then suddenly Drew has to deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This could be it.
So now.
There goes the wolf here.
Yeah. Does Scotty have 2 wolf ears out there?
Yeah.
Hang on the other wolf.
That's so rough. But Drew's been drawing 1,000 cards a turn.
Yeah.
He has literally every card in his deck on the table.
It looks like he's building a deck right
What
now.
is that?
Yes,
That
it does.
is,
It looks like he's
Brilliant Emissary.
it looks like he's registering a
Dying
sealed pool.
immediately.
Like, we just play it out. Poor
I think
Scotty.
Scotty might be waiting for the just self-mill here. Oh, another Fiend Hunter to get the other Angel. Well, I think he's got Fiend Hunters here.
You know why Scotty's not scooping him up here?
He's got that wolf token.
Woof token.
Woof! Woof! Right there in the middle, holding his board down.
I low tech that
Standing.
strobe. Did you see that?
He knows where he came from. The Fells with that hunt master.
Swing and a miss.
That Huntmaster is never
I never
flipped, has he?
Drew's literally drawing 3 cards a turn, assuming that he's drawing for his turn, which we have not confirmed. And then,
It does look like he has 2 Sun Titans on the field.
Oh, it doesn't need it really.
Here comes
like, why are we...
Here comes
There's some
lots.
attacks.
I'm not trying to be like a jerk, and I know I've used a lot of catchphrases,
Whoa,
but
Oh
like,
no.
why are we still playing this game? Because like, is there a sequence of plays in which, how big is the bonfire at this
Scotty,
point?
the
1, 2,
bonfire?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is for 6. I guess it does kill everything, but
There goes a good chunk of Scotty's board.
he's at 2.
Bird's a word.
Bonfire or no?
This should be next game.
That's what you get for wearing a Marshall shirt. Oh,
Practice.
now it's. As you said a few weeks ago, I think we've reached a point at which you cannot argue that he's not winning the game.
So he's potting the Thragtusk.
But the problem there is you only get a beast token.
Well,
If you got a wolf token, I might be on board with that.
what's
Inferno Titan's not good enough. There's literally nothing he has left that's good enough.
he's just gonna overrun.
He's at 7.
Mhm.
He has 2 Sun
He's
Titans.
going to get himself
Kill
a
the
restoration
Fiend
angel.
That's
Fire.
actually pretty
Blink
good.
the. Oh.
All of
Yeah,
this,
another one.
all of this is for show, gentlemen.
He's just doing it because he can.
Do you see how many cards Drew has in his hand? Enough to shuffle them like this.
How is it? Because people at home can see you point to them.
Can you guess
Well,
which way
I don't know.
shuffling their
Were
deck
you
right now?
were you here earlier when I leaned over and looked at the laptop sideways to see if I could see better?
You're good at physics.
They talk about that on like the big coverages too, like on like a Star City or like GG's Live, where it's like just human instinct to do that. Then you're just like, oh, I'm an
Like
idiot.
trying to move the controller
So you can jump
when you're
farther.
jumping farther. Yeah.
But see,
Continues to-
but here's the deal: he's going to attack on the trigger. He gets both of his Fiend Hunters back.
Oh yeah. Wait, no, it's 2 or less. Isn't it?
Oh, Fiend Hunter.
It's-
Or 3. It's 3.
It's 3 or less, yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay.
That didn't work, Scotty. There you
Hey!
Hey, I'm screwed.
Oh,
Probably near like
Scotty's gonna watch that and give me grief.
So
There's
we
only-
need to run out there and find out where that mystery angel
There's
card is.
there's only one person in this in this.
Hey, Fred Rose got up after I directly looked at him after saying
There's only one person in this shop that thought Scotty Wright could come back and win that game, and that person was Scotty Wright, and he was wrong.
this guy's going to listen to this and be like, I was trying. I had a game plan.
We love you, Scotty.
Scotty's a good guy. Well, while they're doing that, I want to rehash some of the things that we talked about earlier. Once again, we're coming to you live from Lost Legion Games and Comics. Do you have a confirmation on what that was?
It was a Gold Knight Redeemer. Gain 2 life for each creature on the battlefield that you control.
So it's similar to what you're...
That's what I kind of thought it was. It's 2 life.
But anyway, just remind everyone we are at Lost Legion Games in South Charleston, West Virginia. So if for whatever reason you find yourself in South Charleston, it's so hard because I want to support the shop as best I can because they let me come in here, hijack and co-op their storage room. But I also recognize that in this entire state we have less than 2 million people. Charleston, for those of you listening who are not familiar, Charleston is the largest city in West Virginia, and it has less than 60,000 people. The second biggest city is Huntington, which has 50,000 people.
Huntington,
They're close. It's gonna go.
if you're talking about the weight of the people,
If you're talking about the
Huntington
mass, then
has the
Huntington may
nation.
be the 3rd or 4th largest city in the world in terms of girth. But it was previously. Did you also see that we were apparently there are 4 cities in West Virginia that are in the top 10 in the country, least diverse cities in the world, in the country.
Oh,
It's
that's a
Men's
shock.
Health that keeps doing those damn
They were
surveys.
it was something like Princeton, or it was like an Ivy League school that did a review from the census, and I think it's Huntington is the least diverse city. It's like 96% Caucasian.
Wow.
But that's just because no one wants to come to West Virginia. You got a lot of states to immigrate through before you get to West Virginia. Then when you get here, you're like, oh,
yeah.
Probably should have stayed home.
Should have stayed home.
Gentlemen, on that note,
Sam,
good evening.
it's nice chatting with you. We'll
It's
see you.
always a pleasure.
We'll see you next week, if not earlier.
Yes, sir.
Also, a brief reminder that there's a Pro Tour qualifier tomorrow. That there's literally no point in me talking about this, but I made this little splash screen, so I'm going to show it. I'll be there. I'll be selling cards for Matt Cranston TV. So
And where's that Twitter feed at? What's that Twitter handle there, Zach?
at Zach Sells Magic at Twitter.
Shameless plugs.
As of from last week till this week, I gained 17 Twitter followers.
Not bad.
That's pretty good. Although 2 of them were Zach Vilianco and Zach Vilianco.
It's pretty good too.
You can double up on Vilianco, so you gotta go for it.
I'm thinking about making a Twitter handle and calling it exactly Bianco 2.
He's got a brother and a sister, so I could probably make something for them too.
You know how sometimes when people will hijack people's celebrities accounts and so the celebrity then has to go and say the real Tom Cruise or the real whoever. That's what you need. Is somebody needs to be the real Zach Vilianco. He's getting a lot of airtime tonight. I could do this. Joe Cubing podcast, completely unsolicited plug for high quality cube entertainment.
Just as a side note, where's that Pro Tour at? Or the qualifier?
The qualifier's in Columbus tomorrow. You want to go?
What time?
I'm leaving my house at 6 in the morning at Taze Valley. Yeah, I don't want to go, so I don't blame you. I mean, I want to go, but it's just...
You don't want to go at 6 in the morning.
Well, I mean, it could be worse. 6 is the cutoff for times I'm functional in the morning. But anyway, Joy Cubing's a pretty cool podcast. Just getting off the ground. And like I said, they do have live cube. They did do a live cube stream this week, which was fun to watch. I have thoughts about doing something similar here, because the real key is if you want people to watch, you have to do it during the week.
Yeah.
Because right now, Magic guys are going to be playing Magic. They're not going to be watching.
I don't know if, well, I'm sure a lot of other people do, but I kind of go home and just, I'll look up decks that I'm interested in, like on YouTube, and see how they play and everything. So I imagine you probably get a few hits off of that.
And I've thought about doing too, just have a 8-man legacy tournament someday, or do some kind of play testing or something. There's no reason why you couldn't have it live. That's interesting too. I want to check and see if I'm on Star City right now, because I did sign up for their, you can do their stuff through them.
There's a Magic the Gathering subreddit could also post a notice too before we go on air.
I don't know what that is. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
You're not
I'm
familiar
not familiar with
Reddit.com?
Reddit. No.
Are you familiar at all with like dig.com, like news aggregating websites?
I'm familiar with Dig Dug the game.
Okay. Well,
Okay, I am showing up.
Reddit's basically just a news aggregating website where people submit things.
Yeah, one is me.
And
One is Amber Turner.
could be a good way to drive some traffic.
Yes, that might be good.
Looks like Drew's mulliganing the 6 here. What's Scotty keeping at 7?
I don't know. But yeah, if we can broadcast states, I think that's huge.
That would
Or
be
if we
awesome.
can do the Star City Invitational qualifier at CharCon,
That would be cool too.
which I'll have more information about that next week probably. It's getting close enough that we should be able to advertise for both of those events. The problem is, even if I do get states to work from a technological standpoint, it's whether or not I can find someone else to do commentary, because everyone I know is going to be playing in states,
Yeah.
and there's no point in doing commentary if it's just you. I guess you could do it if you're really good and like very good about keeping the dead time down.
There will probably be some people just hanging out.
Yeah, but you also want to have like.
I think I'm kind of up in the air as to whether or not I'm going to play in states yet. I guess it turns out it's going to depend on how this black-green deck turns out. But
It should be tier 1, whether it's the best deck or not. It's impossible to have a best deck at that point, I would think.
yeah, everything's going to be so new.
What green black are you trying to do?
The zombies.
Zombies, I'm not going to go like hardcore aggro. Like I don't plan on using the diagraph ghouls and things like that. Try to do more for like a mid-range, I guess. Get the great crawlers, the messengers, the trolls.
Anyway, back to the action. Drew did not have nearly the explosive start he had last time. I mean, he didn't really even have an explosive start in the first game. He just had 2 birthing pods and just
He just
pretty impressive chain.
That
started
Reaver
pumping
just
stuff out. Yeah, the Reaver gave him tons of life.
I'm telling you, man, I think that's a finisher. But you should factor in that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Cycles of Skull. Rampant growth. As some 4-year-old child somewhere in the background screams at the top of her lungs. Oh, these angels. I will not be upset to see Blade Splicer leaving the format.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to miss Blade Splicer, and I'm not going to miss Phantasmal Image.
I'm not going to miss swords.
Phantasmal Image.
I will not miss swords at all.
I'm not going to miss any of the Titans.
For the particular decks that I like to play, like a Golem token was almost impossible. Like turn 2 Blade Splicer means most of my creatures couldn't attack profitably.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like Drew's taking 7 plus 3, so he's taking 10 there, because it looks like he Gavinied when he went to back 7.
I have a feeling in about a year and a half, I'm not going to be sad to see Restoration Angel go either.
Yeah, possibly. This could be good for Drew.
You know, I'm not.
Six arm.
I'm actually pretty upset about everything that's leaving.
You love it all too much.
Well, infect goes with it.
You just had to start playing Modern, right?
I don't have most
That's,
of the stuff that's leaving.
Was that the
Yeah, I
infamous?
hardly have any
That was the
Star Block.
handshake.
That was the Game 1 handshake, right? Or the Game 2 handshake?
Yeah. Scotty just came out too fast that game, which I think that's how he wins.
Yeah.
It's just
It is.
faster.
It is an aggro. Aggro is in the name of the deck.
Most of Scotty wins followed up by Bird, Slicer, Restoration Angel, Bonfire, board away. But then,
Bonfire should not be a Magic card. There's no other card that they've printed in the last however many years that I've been like more
I'm going to
upset with.
disagree with you solely because I pre-ordered Bonfires when they were like $12.
Yeah, I did too. Like I made my
Play
money
set
off.
now.
I made my money off the first ones I acquired, but
we're sort of like Dismember. Dismember wrecked the color pie on some things.
Yeah.
no, it has
not
nothing
as
to
bad as
do.
the
It had nothing to do with the. It's just the miracle mechanic. The miracle mechanic,
Makes the
I think,
game
is
very swingy.
the miracle mechanic doesn't. It just depends on how. I mean, it's obviously not a mistake that they designed it. I mean, those people R&D like knows what happens. You know, they make very few mistakes at this point. But I guess like they're just trying to reward. They're just trying to introduce more variance into the game because if the best player wins FNM every week, or the best deck wins FNM every week, then people are going to play and are not going to come. But if like randomly you miracle something and you come back, you know, the ace on the river, so to speak, from poker analogy.
It does make for good stories
But it also makes like for example, did you watch the coverage of the World Magic Cup?
Yeah.
And the infamous meme of if I can find it here in a little bit, we'll show it. But like, you know, Team USA got knocked out of the tournament, and the only thing that could have happened was, you know,
Bonfire was basically what was needed for them to lose that game.
I'm trying to find it, but. It's pretty slow.
It just needs to all load.
All right. Well.
So, someone was saying earlier that there's a legacy blue-red Delver that plays Bonfire.
I have not seen it have Bonfire in it. Now, there's a blue-red Delver deck. It's just like a blue-red. It's more of a Snapcaster burn deck. It's like your deck with Snapcasters and Brainstorms.
I've played against it before. I was under the impression that there were no Bonfires being played in Legacy.
I don't think there is. I've never seen one.
Look at keyboard face like I hate you, man.
I just don't think Miracles like reward.
I won't bust in here.
I mean, I'm fine with them printing
Max Turner's joining.
cards that are a little bit swingy and add a little bit of variance, but I think Bonfire probably pushes it a little too far.
Looks like there's still a couple games playing. I think their feature match is still playing and Joseph Deal's still playing.
How's Joseph Deal still playing?
There's a sorted stringery guys coming down against him.
That'll do. They usually do.
I'm 2-1-1 and praying that I squeak in.
2-1-1 should make. Well, there's like 22.
22 people.
2-1-1 generally makes it, yeah.
But I've been pared down every round, so my tie rate is hard garbage.
Yeah.
Even when I won, I got pared down.
Well, if you make a top 8, I'll try to fit you in here. So back to the game. Drew went turn 3 Blade Splicer to Scotty's turn 3. Is it a Huntmaster?
Yeah.
Wolf token.
Wolf token?
It's not a wolf token.
It's a wolf.
Is it? Tell me, is there any L in there? Exactly.
Wolf.
My wife, who happens to be from Detroit Metro, says the word both as if it has an L in it. Both. I hope she will never watch this.
They're like Worcesters.
Yeah, we say infinite words wrong, but I'm just saying, like...
Are we saying them wrong, or are they saying them wrong?
No, we're totally saying them wrong.
No, I think everybody else is saying it wrong.
Nope, wrong.
I'm pretty... Ray Rose, what's your feelings on that?
We were settled for
Diabetes.
everything.
Diabetes.
West of us.
Correct answer, sir. Anything less would have been would have deserved a smacking.
Diabetes cat.
So is that one of the many new things that got added this week?
Well, yeah, Max is referring to the fact that I can now update live totals without having to open a dialog box, which directly covers the portion of the screen which shows the game.
It's very nice, though. I like it. Last week it was kind of hectic.
Yes. It's also nice that Drew is using this thing.
Drew unconveniently knows he is accommodating us with great.
He did. He followed up his turn 3 Blade Splasher with a turn 4 Fiend Hunter, which took out the Huntmaster. But then Scotty landed a Birthing Pod, and
Is that another Huntmaster?
yep.
Another Huntmaster.
The only thing better than a Huntmaster is
Another wolf token.
Another wolf token.
Wolf.
Nothing this weekend will make me more happy than that, than having wolf token strobe.
I don't know. Ultimate of the Team here last round. I'm very happy.
There it is, people. We're talking about the bonfire.
Bonfire.
I'll take it off
Slams
here.
it.
I'll show it in a minute. But
I have not seen this bonfire.
we were talking about how there's so many wolf tokens. I can't flash them all. This is one thing I dislike about this the Naya deck is that it creates these awkward board positions where there's just so many permanents in play.
Oh yeah, it gets.
Where all of the value decks, mostly the pod decks, they make so many
clutter.
tokens. Yeah, they clutter up the board, and then it becomes just a logger jam. I guess it can't be a logger jam. It's either a log jam or loggerheads. It has to be one or the others, right?
Well, I mean, they're pretty much a logger.
Could be both.
Logger jam. There's just so many loggers.
Everybody ride at Camden Park. Come on down and ride the logger jam.
Logger jam is also
Anybody tell you where you ride it?
Logger jam is also the name of my easy listening jazz band. So. Flipping a delver, killing his huntmaster, doing two to him.
You flip that down there.
Kill the Huntmaster.
If only.
Do you know whose child is back there?
I'm not 100%.
A little loud.
There's been a couple of them.
So I think, I mean, it's obvious that Drew's deck is playing a lot more Fiend Hunters, but I'm pretty sure they're all main, too.
Fiend Hunter's pretty awesome.
Well, that's a problem with these Naya decks we talked about before. They don't have any removal.
It's true.
They have they have Bonfire, but Bonfire doesn't work. I mean, in a perfect sense, like it works. Huh?
It's a really good removal, though.
It's very situational. If it's not off the top of your library, it's not removal.
Yes,
It's just a really bad shock most of the time.
Like crushing mines.
Yep.
This is game 3.
Yeah. So Scotty has an active pod, but his chain is very low. He has 4 cards in his hand. Visionary. I just like the rug pod deck so much better. Like you get to play images, you get to play conscripts, you get to play Deceiver XR, so you can just be more explosive. Plus you get to play Strangleroot guys.
What does he like that Naya better?
Blade Splicer and Restoration Angel. Which there's nothing wrong with those. Like those are obviously very good. It's just a preference thing. So every rampant growth in this deck. But see, this is one of those points where if at any point Scotty draws Bonfire, like there's really no point in playing this game. You know what I mean? Because the game was ultimately determined by the fact that did you have Bonfire in like 5 lands in the top 20 cards of your deck.
Getting his beats on with his Fiend Hunter.
Do you block here, or do you just swing back with your own 3?
I wouldn't block. Don't you? You need it for your chain?
He's got the Psalm and the...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's only 3 damage.
Yeah, down here.
Seems like you could just soak that.
He takes. He trades with the Splicer, which seems fine, and then takes the other 2.
It's just value if he swings back.
Conscripts.
The Fiend Hunter. Yeah, he's gonna pod the Fiend Hunter.
Yeah.
Seems good.
Here it comes. Wolf token.
Woof!
I like it so much.
Too much.
Oh man, we got another 54 weeks of Huntmaster of the Fells. I would argue that I would imagine that there's always going to be a wolf token in standard.
Root coming.
Garuk.
Oh,
Like what's going on over there?
Beast.
oh, not as good.
Stampede.
You know what this reminds me of? Like when I was a kid at church, and there was like little kids like doing what little kids do at church. And but the problem is it's 10 o'clock at night in a card shop on a Friday. Basically, everyone should really think about contorting their entire existence towards my ability to do my stupid Magic broadcast. Work on it, guys.
Jump on that.
I know why I personally set aside at least 6 hours
I'm not doing it another wolf token.
to listen to this every day.
Only a week.
Only a week.
If at any point I'm able to make like 5 or 6 wolf tokens at the same time, I'm going to be spamming that, right?
I'm just going to leave it on there for the entire show, just static.
What are you playing, Brad?
Tokens.
Let's mix wolf tokens.
Do it. Multiple types of wolf tokens.
No, it's played out. For next round, maybe. So this game turned around really quickly. I guess that's the power of the birthing pod. Scotty is,
It looks like Drew is hellbent right now.
both these guys were 2-1.
So this is going to be like a win and in.
This is, hey, if it's the fourth round, it's win and in.
Oh yeah.
I was already in personally.
You already, which means you already won.
I'm Big Brett Rose. I'm already in.
Let's lament the fact that Scotty Wright came across some unhinged basic mountains and would not trade them to me. What a jerk.
I'll just take his name right off this.
I didn't have much of standard stock until I bought some kid's collection when I came to the store today.
I heard that there were some good deals floating around. I heard there was like a hunter picked up a sweet one.
He thinks it's sweeter than it actually was. It's perfectly fine, but he gave market value for what. He bought them under retail, which I guess is what he's...
Yeah, that's his main thing. That's most people's main thing, I guess, if you're going to buy cards.
This game is over.
Drew is in a hole that there's a shovel that he cannot get to.
Is he not playing any match and removal main deck or something?
Well, he's got Fiend Hunters.
When I rocked the main pot, I had some days on the side to set it and get removed.
We've not seen any days yet.
But I'm just nervous dancing and have all these things on my sideboard.
This is literally the loudest I think the shop has ever been. Do you know what game they're playing back there?
You know why, don't you? It's because of all the business we're bringing to the shop.
It's true.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, there it is.
I do like how
There's all these in.
still got all these, huh, Scotty?
Won't trade his lands. All these in.
Bonfire.
Poor sportsmanship.
Slam.
It's been a pleasure.
Have you not seen this?
Turn them all sideways.
No, I have not. I would like to be explained what
Okay,
happened.
so we were talking about how Bonfire of the Damned should not be a magic card.
Okay.
Specifically, and more directly, Miracle should not be a mechanic, because I just don't appreciate how it affects the game of Magic.
It's very flavorful, though.
It's very flavorful, and it's just all it is variance. It just rewards. There's no skill involved in it. Like
Right.
building your deck with miracles, like it's one thing to build your deck around like having 25 miracles in it, like the Pro Tour deck,
Right.
but just having 3 bonfires and drawing them at the right time.
But it makes you feel really like, you just
You
pull
feel-
that out of your butt.
Yeah, you feel great casting it, which like most degenerate cards and unfair cards feel great casting it. But there's someone on the other side of it who's like, oh, I was playing Magic for 15 minutes, but then you drew this right card at the right time, and it's not like you don't have to build up a board state to it. But this, I mean, that might be a pet peeve, but I don't think I'm the only one. But I also think it would be much fairer if they want to print those, that's fine. But they shouldn't be mythics, because it's just going to... There's no reason why Bonfire should be 50. But this is from the World Magic Cup, where we lost... the Americans lost in the first round of not the team seal, but the next round, which was the top 16. It was team constructed. Brian Kibler, in the last game to finish, Kibler had, like, created a board state where he's going to win the next turn, basically on the back of Olivia. This was the Innistrad block game,
Okay.
and the only way this guy could win was with the Bonfire off the top, and so he slammed it down on camera, and this has become a meme now.
Are they discussing it right now before you...
Look at Louis Scarvakis' face. Oh.
Really? That's what he's saying. Really? I lost a bunch of weight and got sexy just to lose this?
Yeah. But, Max, while you're in here, while we got some time left, I don't know how much time it is till the next one. You want to talk about some Ravnica cards?
Absolutely.
We already beat these to death, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I like it.
It's good. It's a really cheap pre-order, too.
Here are the last 3 Ravnica cards that I pulled from the thing.
I love every one of them.
Okay, Sphinx's Revelation. We talked about that yesterday. You love that card. I don't think it's bad, but I don't see how it's any different than all the other blue-white control finishers.
Yeah, it's reasonable. It's not amazing. It's not gonna...
It's fine. It helps, it's a good card at the top end for the control deck because it helps dig you out of a hole,
It'll be a
literally
blue
and figuratively.
You can't use it to
it'll be
finish
a
your
blue
opponent.
sub-zenith, like you said.
Well, you can't use it to mill your opponent out like you can with Blue Sun, though.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, that very rarely happens.
Yeah.
Other than Legacy High Tide decks.
But it puts you like way out of reach and buys you like 16 turns when you cast it.
It depends, but I mean, it does have that. It's like a Soren's Vengeance deck in the blue-black decks used to be, where it's like you know, the Boros deck has you down almost dead, but you cast Soren's Vengeance.
You're going to be desperation casting that to find that one white, blue wrath.
Yeah, in that sense, it's awesome. In any other point in the game, it's just simply another high-end. I mean, if you resolve that, you resolve like Diabolic Revelation, you resolve any of those other 7-mana plus Karn.
How many do you run in your deck?
One. I don't think you'd ever want more than that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because the second one is useless.
Yeah.
You never want to draw it. Like, you just want to draw it in like turn 15.
Yeah.
Centaur Healer, a common that was spoiled earlier this week. I mean, this is just what Magic has come to now. Hill Giant that gains you 3 life. This is pretty solid. I mean, your Blade Splicers are going away, and your Naya and your Naya aggro decks. I'm not sure that's going to be a deck or not, but like this guy at common is going to be pretty bomby, and I don't know about bomby, but it's going to be pretty darn good limited.
Well, you're still going to have turn 1 cover, turn 2 this guy.
Yeah.
Standard.
Turn 4 Restoration Angel.
Turn 4 Restoration Angel. Yeah. And then I'm very excited about this young lady, Ash Zealot. 2/2 bear with first strike and haste, and when they flash something back, deals 3 damage to them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Better than
I
the
like it.
Rakdos Berserker.
I'm playing them
Not
both.
Berserk. Not
Shred
Berserker.
Freak.
Shred Freak, yeah.
Yep, I got him one here too.
Yeah, you can definitely play them both, but of the two, I like this one a little better. Definitely hoses Snapcaster a little bit. Hoses, Golgari a little bit, bringing back the Gravecrawler. Hoses the red-blue decks looking to flash stuff back a little bit.
We're going to have a Team America-based Delver Snapcaster deck very quickly.
I think just being a 2/2 haste, first strike for 2 is good enough that it makes the cut in any, red-based aggro deck.
2, 1, and 1. How'd you do?
2 and 2.
Well, you did
Crossing my fingers.
50-50. It's not half bad.
Oh, it's not half good either.
It happens.
I'm happy with it.
You still playing Fridays?
Oh, yeah. The more I play it, the better it's getting.
Yeah.
Of course, the person that actually helped me straighten out my deck beat the shit out of me. But, Mr. Max.
You'll have that.
And
Max is just a jerk, though. Did you factor that in?
Well, yeah, but you take what you dealt.
Exactly.
But the second time I played, the guy just ran over the top of me.
So Mono Green just wrecked me.
Yeah.
Made me look
Yeah,
bad.
this guy, I can't even remember what he was playing. All I know is he was...
Have you had Brandon on camera yet?
Brandon Gibbs?
Hard.
No.
I heard Gibbs lost on camera.
He did. Those games were very
very
interactive.
good. Yeah.
There's a lot of fun watching them.
But the second guy I played, he kept copying everything I had. And I surgically extracted it the second game. Didn't run across another surgical extraction, and he just ran over the top of it. I went 0-2, 0-2 the first 2 rounds, and I went 2-1 the third, and 2-1 or 2-0 the second, or the fourth. So I'm not real.
I got pared down every round after a year.
Did you?
I won, and then I got pared down. I almost lost my last one.
Well, Brian's out here. I'm just waiting to see where I finished off and see if I get a pack or
I get a foil.
might get a foil. You know how I like them shinies.
Your souls will be sweet.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. The Lingering Souls is there. That would be sweet.
I'm shooting.
That would go right into my fright deck.
There you go.
We'll see you guys later.
See you later. What are you giving this away today?
Well, it's the same thing as last time.
Follow and retweet.
If you want to start your Magic games like a real man or a real woman, depending upon your specific gender
Human being.
or sexual identity,
It's true.
then all you need to do is follow me on Twitter and retweet the giveaway tweet, which was issued during the second round. It's also when we drew the winner for this week. I had 9 people from last week, and only 5 of them I know, and only 3 of them are from the shop. And the winner was a friend of mine who lives in the DC area, who also happens to be the editor for LegitMTG.com.
Awesome. Awesome. So we're getting some great.
He has been more than polite and more than willing to retweet most of my tweets to his greater fan base, and also got the what's the girl that does the 20 tweets, the Revised Angel, Heather something.
I'm not sure.
They have a featured 20 tweets on there. She retweeted it once too.
We're getting exposed.
There's only so much you can do though. The main thing we talked about before is that it's very hard to generate any kind of interest when most people who would be interested in watching something like this.
Oh, are you up on Star
I am.
Awesome.
Yes. There's actually a third person watching now that is not Amber. Amber was watching earlier. She's still watching. She pointed out to us that we were having some technical difficulties during the second round, and we all sounded like robots because the microphone was not working.
What if we were all robots, though?
My dog's name is Robot.
That's true.
Okay,
My
back
son
to that.
happens to love your dogs.
Top 8s.
Oh, I squeaked it.
Did you get in there in 8 spot?
Yep. Got to face Joe Lewis.
Well, while they are doing that, we now have the top 8
You let me
list.
play Joe Lewis?
Let me see if there's anybody else.
I don't know if he's been on camera or not.
Yeah, you guys can. Everybody else has been on camera. So you made it there, bud.
Thank you. It's a good.
All right, gentlemen, good luck.
Thank you, sir. Oh, you need some teammates in here, don't you?
Michael will come back in. But while all right, bud. But we do have top 8 for tonight's top 8. So as everyone gets squared away, we'll take a brief break, pause the webcast, and then be back shortly.